Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I am your girl, Sweet Tea.
Hi, and I'm K Jax.
And I'm Brooklyn.
All right, y'all. So, we got a jam packed show for you all today. Of course, the topic that everybody's talking about is the Cassie and Diddy situation, but our topic tonight is toxic and abusive relationships. So, we're going to talk about all of that in general, but we are going to dissect this issue with Diddy and Cassie. So, K Jax has the video. So, K Jax, can you show us the video and then we want to elaborate on of what we saw in this video. I know everybody in America have seen it, but we're going to dissect it even more on our podcast.
Yes, I can
And of
definitely do
course,
that.
everybody,
I just want to give you a warning that it's triggering for those. It's triggering for those who have probably experienced anything like this. So just be aware that it's extremely triggering. So if you have small kids in the room, or if it triggers you, you might want to just not view this part. But I'll be glad to share it. Let me go ahead and share it now. I'm gonna try to forward it a little bit. So that's the video.
All right, so y'all, so what we all just saw was an altercation that was between Cassie and Diddy of him stomping her, dragging her, and etc. Which we all know that when the lawsuit came out, there were a lot of people that were saying that what Cassie was saying was not true. Nobody really believed what she said. Now this comes out, which this video was back in 2016. So now we're seeing it now once everything's come out because according to rumor that he paid the person at the hotel $50,000 to not release this video then. And there's been multiples of videos that have come out now to corroborate what Cassie was saying years ago, even now. So I think for me as a domestic violence survivor, it is triggering to see those different types of things. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of controversy right now because people are saying, well, why did she stay? Why did she do this? When you're in relationships, and I think when we talk about toxic and abusive relationships, when you're in abusive relationships, when you have someone that threatens your life or threatens certain things, you have all these things that are going through your mind at that particular time. And I think this is what happened in this case. She finally was able to get away from him. And now, she's married, this, that, and the third. So she's like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm going to tell my side of the story of regardless of whatever the case may be. But I'm hoping, K Jackson, Brooklyn, that now other people are inspired to talk.
Yeah, that video was extremely triggering, and I'm telling you, I'm hurt for Cassie, and I'm hurt for any woman that goes through this and can't get away. I know we did a podcast earlier, and I was just saying, why can't she run? Why is she still in a relationship? Because keep in mind, this is 2016, so she stayed 3 years later. So it goes to show you that obviously it's not that easy to run. It's not that easy to get away. Um, and I'm extremely disappointed because I was just hopeful that P Diddy had changed. I don't know what he was like before, but I think this is just a major shock to the music industry or to anyone who looked at him as a mogul or a music industry mogul, so to speak, or icon. This man he is far exceeded his peers, and to look at where he is falling, he's falling from grace, and we're watching it. It's like, oh my gosh, it's I don't even know how to describe it. I'm so disappointed. But again, my heart goes out to Cassie. I did not realize this man was putting her through this. And can you imagine what she was going through behind closed door? We're seeing it, but can you imagine what she's going through behind what she went through behind closed doors? So it's completely triggering. So
I mean, I think it's heartbreaking. Yeah, I think it's KJX. I think it's heartbreaking because at the same time, think about it. When you have it, this reminds me a little bit of the Ike and Tina story. Remember the
yes,
scene where
video.
she was trying to tell him a little bit that the songs were still the same. And remember, he pulled her and dragged her in the living room, slapped her and all kind of stuff, kicked her and all this. But of course, Ike said that didn't happen. He said that was not true. But at the same time, it reminds you of the Ike and Tina story. Like when somebody's dangling your career and all those other different types of things in front of you, it's almost like, what do you do? And then secondly, you got to think about it as well. She was really young at that time. She loved older men because she was with Ron, what's his name? He sings the song "I'm Addicted to You." Ron, I think is it Elsley? Elsley, he's a producer,
Honestly,
but no, not Ron Isley. It's
I was going to say
the
that's old. I was going to say
no,
Ron Isley.
not
That's a
him.
little bit old time. I mean,
No, wait a
hey,
minute. I can't think of his name, but she loves older guy. Ryan Leslie, that's his name. So she was in a relationship with Ryan for years, and when she came out with Just Me and You, she was dating Ryan Leslie at the time, and Ryan is way older than her. Now, don't get me wrong, Ron Isley liked young women too, but you have never heard of him pimp slapping or kicking anybody. You know what I mean?
key
So,
word, key word.
yes,
Never heard.
never, never heard, right?
Right, never
But
heard.
at the same time, let's go back to this. Cat Williams predicted it and said it. 2024 is the year that everybody will be exposed. They can call Cat crazy if they want, but I believe every single thing that came out of Cat Williams' mouth. I do believe that this is a year that a lot of the all of these big stars will be exposed for a lot of the activities that they have partaken in. And when you are guilty of something, Puffy was already spiraling out of control. There's a lot of things I feel that it was on his mind that was beating him up at the point in time. Case in point, Biggie's death. Number two, Tupac's death. A lot of people coming out now and talking about all
Kim
the things that
Porter.
he's done, even with Kim Porter. So the word is that he has the disease, and think about it. Kim died of pneumonia. So, and
Monster.
it was a different type of the monster. Like Kim died of pneumonia, and people were talking for years. And I can't remember. I never heard anything. I knew about the Casey and Mary J. Blige thing, but people were talking for years. I'm talking about even when I was doing the thing in New York, and you could hear all these different why he got kicked out of why Andre Harrell kicked him out. He was spiraling out of control. The dude is fucking crazy. And I think people were boosting him up because they were thinking, oh, he's such a mega producer. Mind you, this dude is a mastermind where he had people under him that were creating for him. It's a big difference when you are a producer and you're in there 24/7. This dude had other producers that were under him and he was taking the credit for it. That's how the business goes. So, with that being said, yes, he's got a big business mind. So, all these girls flock to him. Same thing, almost like in the R. Kelly situation. But with the R. Kelly situation, it was more sexual assault. But now Diddy is sexual assault, physical abuse, and they got his shit on tape now. And
Trent,
now with even with Chris
Cassian,
Brown, even with Chris Brown, it's like this dude, you don't hear anything about you. All you hear about here is drug use. But this dude that, got into an altercation with his girlfriend because they both were fighting each other. And nothing else. But of course, people won't let him live that down. Now, all the heat now is on Puffy. Like you've got all of the publicists are coming out now. You've got all of his bodyguards are coming out now, talking about how they do these freak offs at parties. I mean, like everything is coming out. But we heard that for years that there was all these downloads. Now Soldier Boy's getting the heat now. Soldier Boy's getting the heat now of having, relationships with men and all kinds of stuff because these were the type of things that was going on at the party. So I do believe, like what Kat said, did he like the party? And you have to tell him no. So
oh,
even when he was spiraling out of control, like with the dude that was on Power, and he was in his face, and like he's the Joker. You don't know who the fuck I am. You know who the fuck I am. I was like, whoa, okay. Like, what is going on with this dude? Like, you going off in people's face, like you really about that life, and we already know like how you are. So it's just it's crazy to me, like that now everybody's really seeing him for who he is.
well,
That girl was scared.
well,
That girl was scared. You can tell in the videos. That girl was scared.
And you can see she was trying to get away, man. That's crazy.
I mean, in my opinion, yeah, I feel sorry for her. I feel bad for her, but this is nothing new for Diddy. Well, I call him Puffy, y'all call him Diddy, but it's nothing new for him because this is something he's been doing for years. His first baby mama, he was beating on her. She was 16. I'm gonna say allegedly, but it's been out there. Wendy been saying it for years. He's been beating on her for years. Kim and anybody else that was in his path as far as dealing with. Um, so what I'm gonna say is that I think with Puffy, technically he's no different from any other regular man that abuse women. What makes him different is because of his power and the money that he has. But in actuality, he's no different because there are regular working men out here every day beating up on their wives, their girlfriends, and everything. And like I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, when I was growing up and back in the 80s, when there were big time drug dealers, they were whipping and beating their wives and the side chicks and the young girls' butt. And we would see it in the streets because they didn't do something or they disrespect them and they would whip them in the middle of the streets. So everything that Puffy is doing is something that he possibly seen growing up, especially with his father. Well, his father was running with I can't think of the big time drug dealer back in the days. And I'm quite sure his dad excuse me, I'm quite sure his dad was doing the same thing that he did to his mother. So he saw and probably learned and been doing it for years. So when it comes to the women, usually it's hard for them to escape a situation like that because that person threatens your life and tell you that they're gonna kill you if you leave me or whatever the case may be. Some people say, why Cassie stay that long? She could have left. when you're in a situation like that, it's not that easy just to leave. And a lot of men says that, oh, she could have left. She had all the opportunity to leave. She left. She eventually left. Yeah, she did. But that's to the point where she already became, how you say it, like she was saying, if I die, I die. I don't care no more. Somebody gonna have to go because it went from fear to now she's bold. I can take whatever is going to happen to me, but I'm tired. So excuse me. So when it comes to that, and men, and like I said, it's mostly men who saying that she could have left and whatnot, and it's not that easy just to leave. And like I said, I feel not only bad for her, but I feel bad from the everyday woman that we may know of or see who's behind closed doors, who's being abused. Because this is nothing that we not haven't seen. And like you say, T, you experience it. We know many people who experience it, which make these men cowards and
Right,
whatnot.
right.
So it's just I always said that he was doing it, but people always say I have to watch. Oh, I don't have evidence. I didn't see the purpose of her coming out to lie on a person and say he abused me, he did this, and he did that. I never once did not believe her. So I kind of figured he did that just from his past. He's been doing that from his past for years. So the question is for people who are women who are in these situations, how should or what should they do? Or people who was in these situations with him, should they come out and now say it happened to me, or should they stay behind because he's still quote unquote a powerful black man?
Well, let me ask you, with with his
So I
past.
think for me, what I mean that's
Mhm. I was just gonna say, I'm trying to determine how
I'm
he
sorry, can you hear me?
all his baby mamas, and then you got Kim Porter, and then you got the new baby. How does he separate? And then you got the Carisha girl in the middle. You got, I mean, is he abusive? I wonder if he's abusive to all of those other. Was he abusive like that to all? Is he abusive
And
like that
Well,
all with
Carisha is a
all the
cover
women?
up. Carisha is a Yeah, I think Carisha is a cover up. Carisha was more of a business move because she was hot. You got to think like Puffy thinks strategically when it comes to making that money. Carisha was a strategic move. It was a business move, and at the same time, she was a cover up because he was messing around with one of her friends. So with that being said, it's like you can't. I know. This is the way how I look at it. If you cross her, she got a whole lot of shit on you that would end you right now. And where Carisha comes from, I'm pretty sure she got some goals that's on deck that will fuck him up at any given time. So with that being said, I think it's more of where you scratch my back, I scratch yours with Carisha.
I
But these
disagree.
other baby moms,
I
with the other baby
disagree.
moms, I do like with Misa and everybody else. Misa has already come out and talked about her son and said for her son to whatsoever to come home. You can always come home. These kids are looking at the life that he can give them in all the different types of things that he has done, the lifestyle that they're living. So, Misa on the other hand has come out and said it. Kim Porter was on the verge of coming out with a book. That's the reason why I think that what happened to her is what happened to her because she was about to reveal the truth. And if you look at the long timeline, Left Eye, a couple more stars that were coming out with books end up dead. So it's almost like a formula in this entertainment industry when people are literally about to expose the truth, certain things happen to them.
But I disagree about the situation with Carisha. I think he slapped her a couple of times too. Because her and JT right now, it's not even rocking together no more. She don't even JT do not want to have anything to do with her because she sees something and knows something. And two, most of the time, homegirls do that when they see you in a situation with a guy and he's doing certain things to you, abusing you, whatever, you kind of fall back. So I think that he's probably slapped her a couple times, but being the fact that he's giving her money or whatever, she stay. You know what I'm saying? So who want to go back to Miami Gardens? You know what I'm saying? So I I I I mean that's just my opinion. I think any woman that he's dealing with, they experienced it one or two times because you got to think about a person that is an abuser. He it's no stopping. He's gonna try all kind of women. Now he might get the wrong type of woman that would you know be just like him, may threaten his life. So he know to fall back. But he pick and choose the type of women that he choose because he know that he can control them, beat them, and not just on him. That's just in men in general. They know what woman to choose and pick that they can control and they can beat on. Not saying that's a good thing, but that's how they look at it. If you passive or you uh nice or whatever the case may be, if they feel they can get over on you or they feel that they can control you, they're gonna do so. So I just think that even with Kim, um, the other two twins, mamas, no, the little girl, and all of them, he got control. It's nothing gonna change. Oh, I'm gonna beat these girls, but I'm not gonna beat these girls. Nah, he gonna beat all of them. And as far as the kids, the boys, the girls, all that, they seen all that stuff. He hid nothing from them. Especially in the boys, he probably teaching them that this is how you control your women. So, and as
So
far as the
you mean
girls, yeah,
no? I was no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm finished. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
No, I was going to say. So you mean to tell me, those all the baby mamas was kind of close, right? Most of them was
They were.
friends.
They
So
were.
basically, he
Right.
was jumping in. So he was dealing with a circle of women, and he was having babies by different friends in the friend group.
Yep.
And I'm not
That's what
gonna
I
say
think
they
it
was one
was.
of his best friends. He kind of made it like that, where like they say Cassie and Kim, they weren't friends in the beginning. You had no choice. If you're dealing with him, y'all gonna have to be friends because you know we all in this situation together.
Truly,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So
So
so now was
that's how that played a part.
so was Cassie really considered his artist? I mean, how? I'm just. She first was an artist, right? And then she
This is
became
what
his
I
girlfriend.
think.
Okay.
Right. 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 And this is what I think, KJX. I really think that she went into it thinking that he was going to revive her career. Because, mind you, Cassie really only had like two good songs, right? She was like a pretty much almost like a one hit wonder. So she needed something to revive her career. So I think she went in thinking that he was going to revive her career, like the same relationship she had with Ron Leslie. Ron Leslie, when he did it, Me and You, that was a chart topping song, mind you. Oh, well, I get with Puffy. Puffy's done this. Puffy done that. So now he's gonna probably revive my career. That didn't happen. Like I think she mentioned that every time everything was on the shelf, she was on the shelf. She was on the shelf. Nothing was coming out. No music. No nothing. She was just arm candy. And she did that for over 10 years of just being his arm candy.
Okay.
So and I think after when they broke up, that's when he got scared and started doing all this other stuff because he knew the stuff that she knew.
So you think repeat that again?
I said when they broke up, if you remember when they broke up, he started spiraling out of control because he knew some of the stuff she knew. And he knew, like, once she, and from my understanding, she had already fucking warned him. She has already told him already. Look, if I don't get my money, if I don't get so and so, so I'm going to expose you. I'm going to tell everything I knew. And when she didn't get that money, that's when she went and that it the lawsuit, and everything got out because he knew she was gonna tell it.
Well, that's true. And then also, I mean, he has to know. He got so people got so much stuff on him, and they were scared to touch the information because of the possibility of what he may do.
He said
You
he
see what
was
I'm
the
saying?
Joker. That's what he told old dude. You don't know who I am. I'm the Joker. Ha 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 ha. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. I'm
Right.
about that life. I'm about that life. So to him, it's just like, hey, if you try to cross me, if you try to do whatever the case may be, like I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. See who
but
can
see,
find you in the morning.
right, but see,
Well,
this
this
situation here is totally different though, because once all this come out, there should be more. And I personally think the FBI put that out because they know they possibly can't do nothing with it. But I think because remember they raided his house, 250 cameras, so they put that out. They put that out there.
And
I
then the
really
son dumbass gonna put out a diss record and say there was another house that they missed. I'm like, yo, that's why you need to stay in your lane. You need to stay in your lane. You just basically snitched on your dad.
and they probably got plenty of houses, but by seeing this, now they're really gonna try to figure a way. I just saw a statement that was stated that the attorney was saying something about they if more people come and say something that he done the same thing to them, then they possibly can have a case. But being the fact that this case for Cassie was years ago and she never pressed charges, there's nothing they can do about that. So now they're encouraging people who's been abused by him to come out more. So that means more people gonna try to come out because now they're gonna try to get him on a civil and a criminal. So the question is, do we is it really over for Puffy
yes, it's a
or
wrap.
not?
Oh,
I
it's a
think it's
wrap.
over for us for black as black culture, but what about for the other cultures who's been making them billionaires and trillionaires? Is it over? Because you gotta think about it. What Puffy doing is the same thing the rest of the industry, old heads and all them been doing for years. They've been beating on their wives for years. They've been beating on their girls for years.
Well,
Barry Gordon, Quincy Jones, all of them, they've been doing this for years.
well, see, we
So
can't talk about what we don't see. So we're
we
seeing
ain't
this.
gotta
This is,
see. We can
I mean,
we don't have to see it.
we can speculate and we can go with all of that. But I'm saying this right here is in our faces right now. We see this Sean P Diddy Combs. It's a wrap for him. There's no coming back. I don't care what other cultures. He wasn't really an artist anyway. They should be celebrating the Biggie, the Tupac, the Faith, the Total, the 112, all of his artists, the Mace,
The
all
locks.
of them. Yeah, the Locks, all of them. All of his artists, the Mary J. Blige, we still got them to celebrate the music. Forget Puffy. Like Suge said, the dancing in the videos and always in the videos and stuff. Yeah, forget him. That's not the guy. Okay, so it's just a wrap for him. I don't think
Okay,
I, I think it's
let's
a wrap for him in the music industry because at this point, what is he good for? He can't make them money because nobody's gonna buy product behind him.
and then that goes back to what I was saying before about Dr. Dre, how he beat up D Barnes and threw her down the stairs and everything, but we ain't cancel him. So if we're gonna do the cancel,
But
we
like I
need to
said,
cancel all of them.
because we
And
didn't
there's
see
a
that.
video out.
Yeah, everybody didn't see that. See this right here is nationwide. Like CNN is big time. So when you get to CNN, when stuff get on CNN, we got video and everybody can see with their own eyes. That makes a big difference. Now, if we would have seen the D Barnes situation with Dr. Dre with our own eyes, then yeah, that might make a difference. But
So
hearing it
so
on
let me say this.
hearing it on Wendy Williams in New York ain't because I didn't hear that. Like I don't maybe I was behind, I didn't know about that. But everybody don't know about that. You see what I'm saying? But if everybody
Right.
would have heard about it, like if we could get a video or if we get something where she come out and actually get an interview with maybe somebody big on CNN or somewhere big where everybody can hear it, not just the art, not
So
just the rap community, not just R&B. We talking about across the board, everybody.
So I got a question.
Hmm.
So for a female who's been abused, so what you're saying to me, the only way that we're gonna believe them is if if we see something visually. So a person telling you or saying, "Hey, I
Uh-uh.
was abused," no, I
No,
was
that ain't gonna work.
abused.
Obviously, it
Yeah,
didn't work. It's
I
not gonna
was
work.
abused. No, I'm just saying in a general, statement. I'm just saying just a general situation. So what I'm hearing you say is if a woman has been abused, but because it's not on video, we can't say that it's true. We can't say it's fact. We can't say it's true. I think that's totally disrespectful to women out here who actually been abused, whether it's industry, whether it's around the corner. To say that the only way I could believe you is if you put a video
If
out.
there's some proof, if there's some proof. So Tasha, so I'm sorry, Brooklyn. So listen. So look, you know what? I 100%. I'm sorry. I 100% agree with that because this is the day and age that we live in. And this has been going on for years where people don't believe females because they don't have any proof. The police station, anytime there's a domestic violence dispute, it's always a he said, she said type thing. You don't have a black eye, you don't have any bruises, so how we know that you didn't provoke him? Okay, first of all, there is a woman that's coming to you that's saying that, hey, I've been abused. I've been abused by my husband, or my husband is knocking my head upside the wall every day. I don't have any bruises, but this is what's going on. Well, ma'am, only thing I can tell you is you got to do this, that, and the third. Okay, but 2 weeks later, she's found dead in a dumpster somewhere or floating in the lake because y'all didn't do anything about it.
Right. Just like Chris Brown. We didn't have videos. We saw the bruises.
Right. That's the point I'm making.
We,
We
we,
saw
we,
we
we
saw
saw the
bruises, and then it
regardless.
went look, and then it was
Regardless.
doing a broadcast of wasn't the Grammys. So you talking
Yes,
about across the globe.
It
There's a
don't
big
matter.
difference when you in your own little niche of community and it's happening in your in your community as opposed to globally. This is global now, so
So so
everybody's seeing
just
it. So
so
Dr.
just
Dre's
disrespect.
situation, because we didn't see it globally,
That's
that's a
crazy.
wash. That's why he's able to. That's why he was able to get where he's at because we don't know about that D Barnes stuff. You see what I'm
And let me
saying?
tell you something.
But now that
Like
we
I
see it,
said, like I said, his bodyguards saw it for years. They didn't even say nothing. So people been seeing it, but they haven't said nothing. Now that the video come out, now people been seeing this. But like I said, that is totally disrespect to a woman who actually been abused. But because you haven't presented a video or snapshots, that I can't believe you. Like I said, Puffy been doing this for years. He ain't the only man been doing that for years. So just because you don't see the footage, we're not gonna believe a woman. I believed her without even seeing the footage.
yeah, I
I
believed
believed
her
it
the
from
very
the
first time
beginning.
when she said it. Like I
I
believed her,
believed it.
and I
If a
believe
woman tell
anything
me,
you.
if a woman gonna say, "Hey, I was abused" or whatever the case, what's her? Now you have people out here just lying, but what would be her purpose, or what would be that woman purpose to say, "I've been abused by this person"? You know what I'm saying? Like those are strong allegations and whatnot to really. Granted, women have done that, yes, but I think that's totally disrespectful for the fact to say, if you ain't got no footage, I can't believe you. So everybody is taking back what they said because now the footage was out. Y'all should have believed that woman in the first place. And then men were supporting, like, what's his name? Stevie J. Stevie J was
Yeah,
supporting
they
his
were.
man. He was was whipping on Eve. Of course.
Yeah, he was.
They're gonna
Yeah, he
support,
was. He
they're
was
gonna stand
beaten.
for it. Yeah. So but then you have he just came out, he said something, I can't think of his name. He said he apologized to her. When it comes
Yeah,
to a
I know you're
situation like
talking
that,
about.
yeah, when it comes to a situation like that, somebody saying that they're being abused, it shouldn't be no, oh, I'm gonna wait till the footage come out. Okay, I'm with this person because if it is true, I'm with her because no man should
Hmm.
put their hands on that woman. Now we can't sit here and say because the
You
footage
talking
out
about
now
Slim Thug?
that we're supposed to believe her, huh?
You talking about Slim Thug?
Yes, and
Snoop Dogg, it was somebody else. I
it
couldn't
was
think of
Yeah,
the
Slim
it
name,
was
Thug
a
but
was the
bunch
one
of
that
them, but
issued
I
the
think
apology.
Slim Thug was a main one that came out. I know he apologized.
yeah. And so now they had to recant that what they said because y'all actually was standing alone, standing with this dude here, and probably all of them seen this before. They even said that he was beating on Mary J. Blige. All of them seen stuff. The bodyguards,
So
Hmm.
G,
so let me ask you
Hill,
this.
he's seen it.
So that's what I'm asking you. So the bodyguards, man, I find it so strange that they didn't intervene or they didn't do anything. I said that before, but
Because
I
they
was
was getting
like,
paid.
dude,
They was getting paid, and they was getting a good amount of money where that they was gonna say nothing. That's why. But now my point is, why he out here saying it all now? You should have did. You should have
because
helped
he
that
must
girl
be
back
because he ain't on
then.
the payroll no more, right?
Hmm.
Right, hand on the payroll no more. And then at that, he was a parole officer. So how you allow a situation to happen? That's when it come to our people. Oh, I'm just turn a blind eye because it's gonna affect my money. I don't care. That's us as a people. And he whipping all these women and beating and doing all kind of stuff. Just like when T said about Ike Turner, how all the men up in there watching him abusing Tina. Not one man step in and be like, nah, that's wrong. Today, in today's society, you can see a man beating a woman in the street or doing anything. What happened? Men walk past. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And
So
Yep.
they have they have decided they're not going to intervene anymore is because they feel like, well, she going to turn around and go right back to him. So we don't want to, and why should I risk my life for her? Because she's going to turn around and she'll be back in that
I mean,
relationship
I
the
get
next
that.
week.
I get that, but just that first time, you can say, "Hey, separate," stop, and then if she go back, then not to do it again. She needs help. But at the end of the day, we see this all the time, and then we see younger kids now slapping and hitting girls. They
Knocking
have
them
no
upside the
regard
head
for
like
female.
all the time. None.
Yeah. So now seeing a video, most of the people who probably feel some type of way is because they knew what was going on. Two, they're a little older, but the younger generation, they doing that now. What he doing?
They are. They sure are.
Yeah, they out here beating these girls, these young girls, and slamming them on the
So
floor
what was you
to the
saying
point
about
now
what was
they
you saying
shooting
about
them.
Soldier Boy? What was you saying about Soldier Boy?
So Soldier Boy now it of course yeah he was beating Teddy Riley's daughter, but now it's coming out that he was having sex with men. He's denying it because now he's like, oh, you getting sued, you getting sued, you getting sued, everybody getting sued. Yeah, and the guy has like literally came out and
I saw that on his TikTok. Yeah, I saw that. But all of them, same thing. Like you said, he was beating up on Teddy Riley daughter. I mean, the men in it, especially in the industry, they're definitely doing that. You probably find just a handful, 20% may not athletes. They always beating on their
yeah,
wives. They
always.
always.
So with
So
that
the only
so
so
with
my
that being said, how is a woman to I don't know how she maneuvered in this industry like this. I mean, that's really,
Oh,
man, that's got to be very hard. You got to be real strong to be able to get
Oh
into the
yeah.
music industry
Oh yeah.
and get
Because
over these hurdles.
right,
I
even the
mean,
situation with
how does
Kim.
that work?
Well, I mean, but see, here's the thing, like with Kim, like when Kim, the thing about Kim, Lil Kim, was that Kim enjoyed the shit. She felt that the shit was normal. And I think, like Brooklyn was saying about behaviors, like people learn behaviors from their parents. People learn what they see every day and they feel that that shit is normal. And I think with Kim, Kim was seeing that that stuff was normal, thought that Big loved her, how Big would talk smack to her all the time, smack her around, all kind of stuff. She thought that stuff was normal. And she thought that that was love. Like if your man do this, that, and that's love. He made her feel so bad about her appearance to where she went and butchered her whole appearance. Kim is unrecognizable now because of the stuff that she endured in the industry because she felt that the men that she loved, all of them wanted light skinned women. So she
white
felt,
women,
oh,
light
I gotta
skinned
bleach my
women.
skin. Yeah, well, the blonde hair, and the fair skin. She felt that nobody wanted a darker skinned woman. So therefore, she went and bleached her skin. She wanted bigger boobs. She wanted a bigger butt than what she had. She felt that she was not pretty enough. And it's the same thing that goes for Tammy Roman is the same way, even though Tammy Roman was beautiful with weight, she now has a mental condition now where she has to be slim. She can't be big, this, that, and the third. Because these are the things that people feel that are normal, the behaviors that they feel that are normal. So I think when people talk about, why these men do all kinds of stuff, it's because this is the shit that they see every day. And they have a lot of, they feel that that stuff is normal. This is what you do because they were raised in a house sometimes that was like that. And then at the same time, they want control.
Right? Exactly. They want control.
That sounds like
And
that's some mental and physical abuse. Look, physical and
Oh
mental.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then
they
it
said
leads it
verbal is
leads
just
some
as worse.
females.
Huh?
Right. And then you said who?
I said verbal is just as worse as
Oh,
physical.
oh yeah. Oh
Yes,
Verbal.
yeah,
definitely.
because it
Yeah.
leads, yeah, because it leads a female to the point where, female or male, leads them to feel like to look at themselves on a whole nother different light. So if somebody's telling you every day you're ugly, eventually you're gonna start believing that.
Mm.
Right?
So
And I
let me
think
ask
that's
you
And
I,
this.
that's
I
what a
really
lot of
think that's what happened to them.
So how did you? So you think Mary experienced this abuse? You said, or you think
Absolutely, absolutely,
but you
absolutely.
think she
And
you
I
think she experienced it from P Diddy, or you think because remember she told her
it was
story when she
both.
was abused as she was abused as a young person, young child.
Right. So
So
right. So she thought that was normal
childhood on
behavior.
up. Yeah, childhood on up. She got it from Diddy. I mean Puffy. She got it from Casey. She's been in abusive. Even what's his name? Kendu, her ex-husband
Her
and
husband,
whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah, she experienced it
you
from
think that
all
was
them
you think
all.
his you think Hindu was more mental, or you think his was physical?
Mental and physical.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
think it
Mental
was
and
mean,
mental
physical.
and physical.
you think so? Okay.
Yeah, mental and physical.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I,
mental
I,
and
I
physical.
also I also think that with the Mary J. Blige thing, because mind you, she was with Casey for what, almost 15 years. So even with that relationship that she had that was abusive, and then he even introduced her to certain substances. And when he introduced her to certain substances, she couldn't get off those substances. But now it's coming out now that Puffy introduced her to some of those substances too. And even when she was telling her story on Behind the Music, I feel that there was a lot of stuff that she left out because she really wanted to, I think, be married so bad because she contributed to a lot of her healing to Kendu. And I may be wrong when I say this, but I see one couple right now that is in almost like in the same situation that they were in. And I don't know if it's abusive yet, but it's to the point where when you see somebody that's fully dependent on that person, and then they're like, whatever he says, whatever he says, whatever he says, whatever he says is golden, and you trying to put him in a positive light into everybody, I feel like that's a red flag. When you're really trying to make this monster look beautiful to everybody else because people are telling you that this person is doing you harm. Like he's changing who you are. But to her, she felt that Kendu was like her knight in shining armor. Like he was the man who literally changed her. And if y'all look at her success from 1990, 90, what, 91, 92 to now, it's dwindled. Like it's like literally dwindled. Like the music she was making in the early 90s to maybe the first part of 2000, that My Life period and Share My World period. After that, when she got with Kendu, everything else changed. She wasn't on the height as she was when she was, in the early 90s, early 2000s. And that was because
Or even like
everything
now,
shifted. Right. Everything, her
right? Like
sound and
now,
everything
she's got
shifted.
get back on top. Right now, she's getting back on top. So she erased that, got rid of that, and now she's kind of rising back to how she probably was before and whatnot. And that's because she had toxin in her relationship, and not only just him, but Casey, Diddy. She had all this, you know, toxicity. How you say it? Toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yeah, and within her relationship, friendships, and everything. So I just
Yeah. I
think
do
that
believe her circle at that time was just not, yeah.
now, mind you, she still
She's
got
got
the
a better
same
circle
friends.
now.
She still got the same friends. She still got Misa. She got Chrissy. She still got the same, you know, core people. But when it comes to the men, she kind of eliminates certain ones because, like you said, with the drugs, and then can't do. I just hate how he did her, because she really had kind of, probably loved him, and he just played her and took all her money. Not all her money, but basically all her money and whatnot. To me, it was like almost like he just used her. You know what I'm saying? He probably
Hmm.
already had it planned on what he was going to do anyway. Oh, you talk about you want to leave me and whatnot after he done slept with her artist, and now you want to leave me.
Hmm.
So now I'm coming for get everything that you got and whatnot. So I don't know, but she experienced it, and I just saw a clip of what's the dancer name? The lady that used to teach dancing.
Lorianne Gibson. Lorianne
Right, I
Gibson.
saw a video from a clip from when they was on making a band, and just how their interaction was kind of gave me a vibe like something else was going on with that situation more than just a working environment, just how she was
Hmm.
acting. So the question is, did do Puffy have all these type of relationships with all the people or with all the women that he encountered, like Faith? They said allegedly he slept with Mary. Did he sleep with Faith? Did he sleep with, you know what I'm saying? We don't
I think so.
know. We don't know behind the scenes what was going on. Because at that time, people
Yeah,
really
because,
wanted to get the careers going.
yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what. Okay, so let's play around with the men right now. So wonder what happened between him and Mace that was so bad, and then the situation with Biggie, and then his relationship with all the male, the male groups that he had and things like that. I'm trying to figure out, well, what was going on with that. I know it's money, but do you think he was abusing them as well physically? Or getting them,
What,
threatening them, like
what man?
hanging them over the balconies at the hotel. I mean, what you think was
Who?
going on with
Talking about
him?
Biggie? Talking about
No,
Biggie?
I'm talking about men in period. All the men in the industry that dealt with him. Period. Like I'm named Biggie. I named Mace. I named uh
Now, I don't think he did it to Mace. He
all
didn't
the
do it to Mace. Mace know a lot of stuff. That's why he did. That's why he left. He just left the industry because remember he was at the height of his career and he just left. He know a lot.
Hmm.
so
He could come out.
he probably seen some abuse and he was like, man, I can't deal with this. This
It's
ain't right.
it's it's a whole lot of stuff that he knows and he see. Because remember, that was his right hand man, so he done seen everything. So that's why he just picked up and he left to avoid all. And now he's not even saying that because he probably sit back like, aha, all this is about to unfold and whatnot
Hmm.
in due time. But I don't see that happening with Mace. No, Biggie, I didn't see that happen. I know Biggie was getting ready to leave from
Yep.
that boy. I know the locks. He definitely wasn't doing that with the locks. Not with them. Jada kissing him? Nah. Um. So I can't see too much of him doing that or controlling them because that's why most of them walked away for the situation. It's crazy because most of all of his artists hate him. So that means he did a lot of damage to his artists. It's like I can't name one person on his label that be like, yo, I really love Diddy. Everybody hates him. So whatever he put them through, I know it's financially, but whatever else he put them through, they hate him. And you
They
notice
hate his
nobody is
guts.
saying nothing. Nobody else, like the locks and all of them, nobody's saying nothing. One, they're not going to say nothing because they don't want to be
Yeah, because
have to be brought in.
when I listen to,
You said what?
yeah, like the girls from Total, like the way the girls from Total. I mean, they, man, no, when I tell you that was a good group, and I don't know what happened. Like, what
Hmm.
did
I
he? I
think
mean, I
they say
can't
he was
imagine what he
messing
did
with
with
one
them.
of them. They said he was messing with one of them. So I don't know how true it is, but that's what they said. But everything, look at everything that he had as far as group wise, they broke up and then everybody hate him. So he did a lot of bad stuff to people that they would never probably forgive him for. And the
Hmm.
girl from Danity Kane, the white girl,
She was telling it all.
she's telling it all. She's like, I'm ready. Let me know. So I think it's just we are about to see a situation like how Bill Cosby. I think this is what might happen. Or he probably go over there with Russell Simmons. You see, Russell Simmons ran away. He'll go over
Hmm.
there and
Yeah,
hide out
he
for a
might
while.
just need to go on over there. He might need to go to Bali. He might need to go to Bali. But you know, like Sweet Tea said, that's what Cat Williams kind of said. Everything will be revealed, and
He said
that's
it
what's
was coming.
happening.
He said it was coming, and I do believe what he was saying at that time, that there was things that people were doing, these parties and all that stuff that people were having was, really detrimental to some of these people in the industry. I believe it.
Yeah, because you had your experience in the industry, so you kind of
Yes.
know what was going on, or probably saw some things or whatever case may be. I wasn't really in it, but during college radio, going to some of these parties and whatnot, I probably maybe went to one or two because we would get invites and stuff. But at that time, it's like I didn't even feel comfortable because it was just too many people in there for one. But then you
Yeah.
had that's when I first seen Russell and all that and stuff. But I know it was a lot of drugs going on. They were just passing it out like it was candy, you know.
Hmm.
But I just don't know where. And people try to cover up for the boys for his sons, but like I said, his boys
They're
they already
grown.
know what time it is. And then they said allegedly one of the daughters is supposed to be on that stuff, using drugs. One of the twins. So I mean, I don't know. All I can say is everything is really about to hit the fan. because I think more and more people gonna come out. They're gonna leak more and
Mhm.
more videos and whatever else. Because now they really gonna try to break them down. They're gonna try to really break them down because for one, Puffy know other stuff that is going on with other people like the Clyde Davises and all the other people. So to
Right.
keep him quiet, to keep him quiet, they gonna have to they're gonna have to bring him down and destroy him. And some people are saying, speculating that he may harm himself or somebody may harm him. Because you gotta think about it. He's still powerful and he know a lot of information. Again, like I said, and if they feel that he's about to open his mouth, yeah, we may see something totally different. I want to know how he feel right now. Did he put out a statement or anything?
No, no
I haven't
statement
seen a
yet.
statement.
I think some of the stuff that we're seeing right now is more AI generated, and some of the stuff is old. But then there was something that he put out, I think, a while ago, talking about he's trying to buy Disney, and same thing with Bill Cosby when all this stuff came out with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC. I think it's NBC, ABC. He was trying to buy, and then everything started coming out of the woodwork on him.
But I said that's a
So
totally different
I guess
situation.
we can let go of that rumor that I guess Luke was using where because he's trying to do all these things and because he's suing the liquor company DeLeon,
Hmm.
they trying to bring him down. Well,
No, I
obviously,
think it started with
I
them.
think it started from that. It
Yeah, it
started with
started
them.
from that. When he sued them, yeah, they was like, "We're not trying to hear that." Then that's when everything. I really think they have something to do
so
with
you think they
Cassie.
putting out the videos too?
No, I
They
think
gonna
FBI.
finish them
Mm-mm.
right? They gonna finish them strong?
Right.
I think so.
I mean, what you think?
What I'm saying
I
is,
believe it. I believe they gonna still put out video. They could probably put the videos out. They probably got
I
access to
don't.
all of that because they got money,
FBI
right?
is doing it. I think the FBI is doing it. But what I'm saying is, the liquor company. I think they connected with the Cassie situation. However, all that kind of mixed together to make this happen right now.
Right, because it started with Cassie, right? So we're gonna go with the DeLeon. He sued DeLeon,
You
and then
get that first.
all of a sudden Cassie comes out with the lawsuit, right? So
Right.
she didn't decide to file for domestic violence within the statutory time
Limitation.
limit. This happened in 2016, so she decided to settle as civilly as opposed to criminally. And then after that,
Hmm.
then we get the that's a wash. Then this guy, the producer, decided he want to jump on bandwagon and try to sue as well. But all of a sudden, that just went to hush. But it brought a
Hmm.
bunch of FBI people out, but that still didn't relieve Deleon because they're still probably mad about the situation.
Yep.
So now tapes will be leaked out until he is a total finish. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's a wrap for him because if we're gonna go with Luke's, what Luke is saying, then that's what's happening. This is how you take a
Yep.
man down.
Hmm.
Right. That's how you take a bath. And well, with the celebrities or anybody who has a lot of money has to always understand, no matter what, they still have control. Because
They
when they
have
ready,
control. So
when they
you're
ready to
gonna
take
pay
you
one
down,
way or the other.
right? Whenever they're ready to take you down, they're gonna take you down.
They're
Just
gonna
like
take you down.
we saw it firsthand with Bill Cosby, and they're still trying to bring up allegations that he did this and did that or whatever. The man that did his time, he blind, he old, and they're still trying to lock him up.
Right.
Hmm.
So,
Well, we're gonna wrap
so
it up because I think our stream is about an hour and it's almost that. So but anyway, let me tell you what this domestic violence. If you're experiencing it, any domestic violence, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share this number for the domestic violence hotline. So that number is 1-800-799-SAFE, 1-800-799-7233. You can do a live chat with them or you can text them at 88788. But anyway, that's it on that.
All right. So until next time.
All right, y'all. See y'all next time.
All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.